If time travel were real, we can't even imagine the things human beings could be capable of. From changing history to saving countless lives, we could alter the course of our entire existence. But what if it is real and we just don't know it yet? Join us as we discuss 5 photos that can prove time travel exists. 5. The 1940s hipster. First up, we have the hipster who was spotted in a picture captured at an event in 1941. Upon first glance, the picture looks quite normal. It's black and white and shows a bunch of people standing in a queue at the Brelorne Pioneer Museum waiting to reopen the South Fork Bridge in Gold Bridge, British Columbia. Most people are wearing hats, coats, and attire that fit the 1940s. But this is where things get interesting. Amongst these people, you can see a young man in his 30s wearing what appears to be a hoodie, a t-shirt that has some graphics printed on it, and sunglasses, but that's not all. In his hands, you can see that he's holding a camera. Cameras were available in the 1940s, but they look nothing like the camera that this man is holding. And from the looks of it, this type of camera came around in the 1990s, almost 5 decades into the future. So with all of this evidence, only one conclusion could be made. This man was from the future, maybe even from the 1990s, and had gone back in time for unknown reasons, proving that time travel exists. Number 4. The immortal Vladimir Putin. We've all seen movies where people travel back in time to different eras, and Vladimir Putin seems to be no different. In these 3 pictures captured at different points in time across decades, Vladimir Putin was caught dressed as a Russian soldier. But the time gap between all 3 images begs the question: is Vladimir Putin a time traveler? Is he a magical ageless being who has time and again defended his native Russia throughout the ages? Or are these pictures coincidentally showing 3 men who just all seem to look alike? According to a certain website, the first picture is from the 1920s, the second from 1941, and the third from 2015. The difference between 2015 and 1920 is that of 95 years. Yet the man in 2015 looks strikingly young for his age. Putin's followers have even embarked on a mission, claiming that their leader is immortal and has been on the planet for thousands of years. Whatever the case, the mystery remains as to whether Putin is a time traveler or has too many doppelgangers. Number 3. The modern-day Greek woman. Archaeologists around the world have discovered artifacts belonging to the past centuries ago. Amongst these artifacts, they found statues that have been sculpted in stone. One of these is the ancient Greek woman who looks like she's actually using a laptop. The statue is named Grave Neskos of an enthroned woman with an attendant, and it's stored in the J. Paul Getty Museum in Malibu, California. The gallery's own description of the object is much more modest and describes it as a shallow chest. As the woman sits on the throne, her attendant stands beside her, holding what appears to be a laptop, complete with USB ports. Of course, the Greek woman is ancient, living when no smart gadget had been developed, especially not a laptop. And this brings us to the question of how did she find such a laptop? And did it perhaps come into her possession through time travel? Number 2. The self-proclaimed time traveler. In March of 2003, the FBI arrested 44-year-old Andrew Carlson. This man had been fortunate because he had profited from the stock market like no other. Within 2 weeks, the man had transformed the $800 he invested into $350 million. Suspicious that Andrew was an inside trader or a scammer, the FBI interrogated him and he said that he had actually traveled back in time from the year 2556 and had known exactly how the stocks would perform. All of the newspapers went crazy with reports of the man from the future. But the best was still yet to come. After much investigation, the FBI found that there was actually no record of Andrew's existence before the year 2002. On April 3, Andrew was bound to appear in court for the case, but he never showed up. In fact, after that day, he was never found again. Someday he traveled back to the year that he was from, never to return. This is one of the best pieces of evidence that we may have for time travel. Number 1. The Philadelphia Experiment. The Philadelphia Experiment was one of the most grotesque military urban legends to have ever existed and became part of many conspiracy theories, one of which was: is time travel real? In 1943, a Cannon-class destroyer escort was conducting a top-secret experiment designed to win command of the oceans against the Axis powers. The goal was to create technology that would render naval ships invisible to their enemy raiders. The experiment was supposed to be tested out in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. But still, when the investigation would be finally concluded, witnesses claimed that an airy green-blue glow came out of the ship's hull as soon as the generators were spun. But what came next terrified everyone. The ship suddenly disappeared. According to eyewitnesses, when the ship disappeared, it was seen in Norfolk Naval Shipyard in Virginia for a few seconds before finally reappearing in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. Bystanders today still ask themselves, was it the classic case of time travel or perhaps simply an illusion? So those are our 5 photos that can prove time travel exists. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. See you in the next one.